It is extremely bitter. This is the most bitter beer I've ever tasted, and internationally, it is Germany's most famous beer. Today's type is a Pils. I got it from the German city of Bremen. I'll show you the place later. The name of the beer is Beck's Pils, and the brewery is Brauerei Beck, Brewery Beck. The alcohol content lies at 4.9%, which is precisely German standard. A Pils beer calls for a tulip glass, named after its shape. Here we go. A Pils we can expect to be bright, clean, technically flawless, and having a lively carbonation. The head is airy, frothy, medium-sized froth cells, and they are fleeting. The color of the head is a snow white. It's as white as they come, can impossibly be any whiter. And in tastes, intensely metallic. The body of the beer, I'd say, is white golden. It's absolutely clear. It could impossibly be any clearer. Aroma. From a Pils, we can expect grassy and earthy notes, bread and perhaps cracker. The aroma should feel fresh, crisp, and not overly sweet. Let's go. What hits the nose first is its bready aroma. It is intensely pure, sharp. A lot of hops aroma, and I can smell hay, also some soap, but the soap is barely noticeable. Concerning fruity esters, there is apple, very ripe apple, as well as gooseberry. But these scents, they are not particularly strong. Furthermore, there's black pepper and dried flowers. But most intense is the bread and the purity. Before we finally get to the taste, we'll have a look at the place that made this beer. Welcome to Bremen, in the German state of Bremen. Now there's a state named Bremen, and inside of it is a city called Bremen. While the state of Bremen is Germany's smallest, it's also the one state with the highest debts per capita, over 30,000 euros for each resident. Have you heard of Grimm's fairy tales, Hansel and Gretel, Snow White and Cinderella? Of course you have. But have you also heard of the fairy tale, The Town Musicians of Bremen? Now finally, the taste. From the first sip, we can expect immediate freshness and carbonation lift, as well as a lean or even thin body. From the second sip, we can expect a dominant hop bitterness, as well as a supportive malt taste. Let's go. What hits the tongue first is the intense freshness. The body of the beer is lean. 2 out of 6 in fullness. The texture of a beer can be fresh, soft, or well-rounded. This one is fresh. The carbonation is tangy, sparkling. 5 out of 7 on the carbonation scale. It's quaffable and it's very refreshing. There's as much hops aroma with the taste now as there was with the aroma. That's very typical for a Pils beer. If you become a new subscriber, I'll send you my personal beer tasting sheet. With it, you can do your own professional beer tastings. It's in German and English. Link is below. Main sip. The second sip always tastes different from the first sip. Now the body of the beer isn't even lean anymore. It's even watery. That gives it a backbone. 1 out of 6 in fullness. The texture is not fresh anymore, but strikingly soft. It is extremely bitter. It's the most bitter beer I've ever had. 5 out of 5 on the bitterness scale. There's a strong subtlety that might sound contradictory. Strong subtlety, but that's how it is. In the background, it is acidulous. Now, is this a Schlürfbier, complex for small sips? Or is it a Schluckbier, low friction for gulping? Even though it is dangerously quaffable, this is still a Schlürfbier because it's layered, evolving, and subtle. Aftertaste. The finish is extremely bitter. Quite pleasant though. The aftertaste is mildly fading, it's alcoholic, and it's warming. Those two usually go together. My expectations were fulfilled. This Pils beer is like a Pils beer, but dialed up to 11. Even though this beer is quite aggressive, still appearance and aroma match taste coherently. The first sip feels energetic and vertical. The second sip has the bitterness expand. It reveals this beer is not actually built on a watery body, but instead on its bitterness. The watery quality makes the bitterness feel even more penetrating. Noteworthy is the coexistence of high drinkability, extreme bitterness, and technical cleanness. It's a sharp, dry, highly disciplined beer. This beer would allow excellent food pairing with grilled bratwurst, any sharp cheese, chicory or pickles, as well as something roasted, fatty, crispy. Well, that's it for today, beer lovers. You'll see me in the next one.